Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, we're going to be playing what is considered the most difficult characters in the entire game. This is the Lost Vikings, Eric, Balog, and Olaf, and this is going to be difficult, to say the least. So, strap in, hunker down. It's a YouTube video, so like, comment, and subscribe while you're strapped in, and we'll get into this. The team comps are going to be Cho'Gall, Junkrat, Vikings, Brightwing versus Malfurion, Hanzo, Mei, Genji, and Diablo. And this is a 5-stack of people, so I have people helping me play this character because it is really rough playing the Lost Vikings as a solo player. Just going to go ahead and put that out there right now. It's rough. But anyway, the Vikings do not have abilities like a normal character does, and their talents are all... they're complicated too. But I'll give you the build that I'm using right now if you just need that. We've got Viking Bribery at 1. I'm going to take Merklord at 4. 7 is going to be Spin to Win. 10 will be Play Again. 13 is Nordic Attack Squad. 16 is Large and in Charge. And then 20 will be Checkpoint Reached. Balog, Eric, and Olaf all have their own nuances. They all do their own stuff. They all have their own stats, own health bars, all that stuff. But okay, well, it looks like our Cho'Gall's probably going to die. We'll keep the camera on Cho'Gall too for some engages, because sometimes when you're playing the Vikings, all you're doing is looking at them soaking a wave, and that's not especially exciting. So for the sake of the video, I'll try and swap back and forth for the fights while we're just soaking the offsides here. Now, Olaf is going to be the biggest health bar of the three. He's going to be the tanky one. He has all the CC later on in the game, and he's just your front line. He's my favorite personally. Balog is going to be your middle tier mid-range damage dealer. All of his auto attacks cleave, so whatever you're clicking on, you're going to do splash damage behind whatever that is. And then Eric, who is your smallest, littlest health bar. I'm gonna lose him, huh? Yeah, no, fuck. No more Balog. Eric is going to be the fastest of the three Vikings as well. Smallest health bar, but also the longest auto attack range. So he can hit people from the furthest range, and if you're good at this character, unlike me, you can actually solo, I want to say 90% of the cast with this hero because of that range and because of the amount of move speed that he has. It's fucking nuts watching good Vikings players use the Eric to maximum effectiveness. See what's going on in the middle lane here. Looks like Cho'Gall almost got a Genji kill, getting yoinked under tower range instead. There's the Brightwing Z to keep him healed up. Things are just plowing forward here. Cho'Gall not even remotely afraid. Looks like Diablo's gonna get away though, and that is that's a 4 versus 4 technically, but 3 bodies versus 4 in the middle lane while we soak and deal with the Mei on the top side. Mei, decent wave clear, but ultimately not enough to really make me worry about losing any of my Vikings, because she's got to use her abilities on clearing the wave, and all my Vikings really have to do is stand there, absorb the minions, and not die. Yeah. As long as we're not losing big buildings, I'm definitely more okay than not okay with what's going on the map right now. So, oh, I'm getting chased. The Hanzo's here to kill my Balog. I need to get out of here. We're going to split them up. I'm going to send Olaf one direction. I'm going to send Balog the other direction and see if we can... Oh my god. The Hanzo left, and we're going to get Olaf out. Perfect. Only losing one Viking while 2 people come down and do all of that, whatever the fuck they did. Ooh, he got bounced, but he's not going to get killed. Malfurion lives again. Getting that much attention for a single Viking kill that doesn't even count as a full death is incredibly good. Vikings count for, let's see, 1, no, F2, no. Stats, can we go to the stats page, please? Vikings count for 0.5. Maybe 0.25. Pretty sure it's 0.5. I don't know how many times I've died this game. To be honest with you, I was not paying a whole lot of attention. So, If that 0.5 is a single Baylog, then that's pretty good. But it could also be a 0.25, and I could have lost another Viking at some other point. I think in the top lane. Yeah. Yeah. So Vikings are worth 0.25 instead. Which is okay with me. That means losing Vikings is even less impactful than initially I thought. So, good stuff. Now, the Vikings don't have buttons like a normal character does. Instead of having a Q, W, E, and R, we can double check it. Yes, there it is. Instead of having a Q, W, E, and R, they have nothing in those slots. And instead, the 1, 2, 3, and 4 buttons control which Vikings that you're selecting. Which is kind of weird. Because that's going to put your bribe on your E button when you take bribe. Oh no, Cho'Gall's down with no health. Fuck. But the 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons are going to... they're your quick select buttons for your Vikings. So 1's Olaf, 2 is Baylog, 3 is Eric, and then if you double tap those buttons, the camera will center on them. So remember, if you ever want to play this hero, you have them split up in all 3 lanes, which you should, or at least 2 lanes, and then your 4-man does whatever they're doing. But then you hit 1-1 or 2-2 or 3-3 to center on one of those specific Vikings. Hitting the 4 button is going to select all of the Vikings, but the camera is only going to focus on whatever one you've got. So if you hit 4, you've got them all selected, but it's also kind of whatever. If you're playing Vikings, I highly recommend you take the... it's box selection. So on your left click, instead of having it set to attack move, which a lot of people do, you'll have it set to like control group selection or something like that. And it'll basically let you drag and draw a box on the screen to select multiple units. So if you have 3 Vikings grouped up, but you only want to select 2 of them, you just draw a little box over them real quick, then you only have those 2. Or if you want just one of them, same thing. It's really important for playing Vikings, unless you're just super adept at hitting those 1, 2, and 3 buttons. But I have to have this in order to play this character because coming from StarCraft 1 and 2, I mean, it's just second nature to have that box selection for units, and it's really good for this character. Now, all that being said, controlling the Vikings is its own beast. If you play this character, you have to be good at that. You have to be good at keeping them alive. You have to be good at moving them, and you have to be good at selecting them. So not only that, you have to be good at the map. You have to be good basically everything, everywhere, all the time. There's a reason that this is the hardest character in the entire game to play. But the good news is, after you get the hang of the movement and selection and the map, they're pretty good. I mean, they're really strong. They're really good characters. So all that out of the way, we can kind of talk about the talents here, some of the buttons that we're going to be able to get. Our level 1 talent, the Viking Bribery, you're not going to see it used a whole lot because unfortunately there's only 2 camps on the map, and my team is really good at getting ours, and the enemy team is very good at being near theirs. So it's really hard to sneak a fucker over there to pick up their camp with my bribe stacks. But that's not to say it won't happen. I'm just going to have to sneak really hard, or we're going to have to break down some buildings at some point. But all that being said, I think bribery is still extremely good. Yeah. Just, it's a really good talent, especially on maps where camps are more important than they are unfortunate. Alterac, I mean, the camp's super important, but there's only one that we can take, right? So if you're playing on a camp like, if you're playing on a map like Warhead or Cursed Hollow or something big and campy like those maps, you're going to get a lot more use out of bribery. It's just, this map in particular is making it a little bit difficult to get the best I can out of those. So, anyway, all that out of the way. I'm pretty sure our Viking Horde talent is baseline. I wish I could see I wish I could see specifically the Viking bar. There it is. Viking Horde is our trait. That's right. So the Viking Horde is going to, it's basically a permanent quest. And then when you pick up a globe, you're going to increase the health regen of all of your Vikings. And considering that you can pick up a globe in literally every lane, that's basically 3 globes all the time whenever a minion wave pushes in, which makes your Vikings extremely resilient. The health regen on them is just nuts. We've lost our Eric, unfortunately, but it looks like they may be coming in to help the Olaf out. Oh, there is the Z onto the... I can't get him out of the apocalypse, unfortunately. I don't know if he's going to live. Genji looks like he is ready. I should have hit play again before going in there. Unfortunate again. We've only got the Balog left, but we do have our play again, which is our ultimate to bring all the boys back. Talking about your buttons, play again and Longboat Raid are your ultimates. Play again, though, is going to have 99.9% more effectiveness as an ability. Longboat Raid is kind of just you're gonna pick it to play it at level 20 because the upgrade is gonna win you team fights, but it doesn't really do as much prior to that point as play again can. So all that being said, play again is going to bring all of your Vikings into 1 point after a short channel, and in doing that, it's going to revive any dead Vikings. So, ooh, big avalanche on all 3 of my Vikings. They're going to be stunned for quite a while. Let's move them back into range. We've got the Nordic Attack Squad, which is our 13 talent. May doing whatever she's doing, trying to hit us under tower. Not sure why she thought she was just going to live through there. The amount of damage that these heroes can do with the percent damage at 13 is pretty fucking nuts. And then when you're negative 20 armor too, you probably want to choose a different way to run away. I don't know. Maybe she thought that the Vikings don't do any damage, but that is certainly not true. Couldn't get the rest of the Vikings out. We got the Olaf, though. He's my favorite. He deserves to get out. There's the Genji. Coming down to try and stop us yet again. Oh, he's got the Shingen. He just blasted Olaf. There was nothing we could do about that. But we're going to get him with the spin to win damage, which is our Q button. It's a talent that we're going to take that allows us an activatable Q that you can see down here. 10 seconds. Each Viking is going to deal 159 damage to nearby enemies, deal 100 bonus damage to heroes. That is per Viking. So if you hit 3 Vikings, all of their spins on 1 character, that is about 300 damage per Viking. It's about 900 to 1,000 damage at level 16 with just your Q. They did the camp instead of letting me bribe it, so I'm upset about that. I still don't really get to make any use of my level 1 talent, which is really upsetting. But we will survive. We've got our team doing the boss camp down here. Looks like the enemy team is finally grouping up to see what's going on. That is 4 versus 5, it looks like. 4 versus 4 at the moment. Where is that 5th? Oh, no, Malfurion's dead. Nothing that they can do. May is down as well. This is just looking like a free motherfucking boss. That Brightwing heal on top of the Cho'Gall is just going to solidify that win. Nothing that the enemy team can do to stop us. Rocket Ride landing on the Diablo as well. Brightwing blanking out. And that is a full 5-man team wipe with the Vikings still soaking away in the other lanes. We've got our Mercenary Lord helping our Gnolls be big and tanky and damaging more than they already are. It's crazy how good the push is while our buddies are just taking that boss and shoving it up that lane. Just really, really good stuff. Now, the other talents that you're going to see on Vikings make a big impact here. Merc Lord is okay. I think it's decent, especially when we're just AFK pushing with the Gnoll camp. Like, most people in Quick Match just let this camp go for some reason. I have no idea why. And then the 13 talent Nordic Attack Squad. Anytime that all 3 of the Vikings are together, all of our auto attacks are going to be doing 1.25% max health damage. That's auto attacks from every Viking. So the Balogs, the Erics, Eric having his ridiculous attack speed, Balog having his splash damage, and then even Olaf with his auto attacks. All that is going to be doing percent health damage. So if we just count the 3 from the Vikings just regular, that is 3.75% max health when all of them hit one target. It's fucking good. Gonna go ahead and pick up the camp real quick while our team tries to defend the objective. We've got Cho'Gall getting the Brightwing Z, Brightwing rooted, and cleansing the root. Then the Cho'Gall just decides to run forward, show the enemy team their huge, thick... hide? I don't know. I had a word, and then it disappeared, so... performance anxiety, you know. Anyway, back to the Vikings. We did get the Genji kill there with the Large and in Charge, our 16 talent, which is super important. Olaf is going to charge an enemy, and they're going to be stunned for 1 second. Olaf charges enemies on his own just normally, but when you click on a character and you have Olaf selected, he's just going to do a little dash, he's going to hit him, he's going to slow him. At 16, that slow turns into a stun, and it fucks people, because not only is it going to set all your Vikings up to get that Nordic attack squad damage, but it sets your team up for some hard engage, and it's just little old Olaf. I mean, the best Viking of the 3. Just showing him his shield. And then at 20, that basically gives you the double revive on your play again. So if you hit play again and then you get all your Vikings killed, 10 seconds later your Vikings are going to come back full health again. It is crazy good just how dangerous that you can be at level 20 with this ability, and when you have a Cho'Gall on your team who's just running through the enemy team. I mean, the amount of damage that they're taking, they're just running at us 18 to 21. I don't think that they really understand how over this game is, but whatever. We should put all the boys in the middle lane, get this building down, and go finish it off. All the death timers on the enemy team are so huge, no reason to keep soaking at this point. Whew, it was good. It was good. What did we end? 28,000 XP soaked. Just crazy. Crazy amounts of experience for our Cho'Gall team. I mean, Vikings and Cho'Gall pair so well together. It's nuts. Just such a good combo, because the Vikings offset the Cho'Gall weakness quite a huge amount. 45% of the team's XP. That is all me. While the Cho'Gall does all the damage, and our Junkrat does things as well. 89,000 healing on a Brightwing. Fucking nuts! But anyway, that's the Vikings in a nutshell. We didn't get to do a whole lot of team fighting that game, unfortunately, but still managed to get out of there with 4 kills. 1 on the Mei, 1 on the Genji, and a couple others that I didn't remember to look at. So, the build again, in case you need it: Viking Bribery, Mercenary Lord, Spin to Win, Play Again, Nordic Attack Squad, Large and in Charge, and Checkpoint Reached. That is it for the Vikings video. I probably won't play them again for another year or so, or whenever I decide to come back and revisit this character. But, yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow. I don't remember who with. Lost Vikings and Lucio? No, it's Lieutenant Morales. It's Lieutenant Morales tomorrow, Lucio after that, and then Lunara is going to cap off the week of the L's. But I will see you guys then. Thanks so much for hanging out. Peace out. GG's.